Yo, it's me again. That's 2128. There are times when a football fanatic makes his picks and ultimately fucks them up. Last week was such a case for me. In my battle with WWJTH, I was up by 3 going in, and going out, our records are tied. He went 9-7. I only went 6-10. To that, I've only got one thing to say. And that sums up last week for me perfectly. But out of the ashes of an abysmal week last week, I think it's time we rise up like a phoenix and burn bright this week. So, without further ado, here are my NFL weekly Pick'em Challenge, Season 5, Week 11 picks. Let's get going with this bitch. Opening game, Jets against Denver. Tim Tebow, I'm not gonna lie, while he's gotten better, the fact that he only threw the ball 6 times last week against Kansas City and they still won, kind of worries me. And the fact that he relies more on his legs than he does on his arm could be what hinders the Jet defense. But I wouldn't bank on that. Who's to win? It's a tough one to call. But the Jets want to get back into the hunt for a playoff spot. They're going to have to win this one. So I'll take the Jets to prevail. Next up, Oakland visiting Minnesota. Oakland. Next! Buffalo against Miami. Under normal conditions, I would have said Buffalo. Miami, however, is starting to pick up their feet. But will it be enough to defend home turf against this bunch of bruising bulls? Don't know. Either way, I'll take Buffalo to prevail in this one. Next up, Baltimore against Cincinnati. I would have normally disagreed with you on this one, JTH, but I think Baltimore with Pittsburgh being off this week, Baltimore has a chance to reclaim the North lead, so I'll take Baltimore. Quote the Ravens, nevermore. Jacksonville against Cleveland. It's raining cats and dogs in this one, but either way, I'm going to go Cleveland. I'm more of a dog person than I am a cat person. It bit me in the ass last week, but hopefully the Browns can absolve themselves of that sin. Next up, Dallas hosting Washington. It's a traditional rivalry. In most of their times against each other, Dallas has come out on top, including this back in Week 3. No exception this week. Cowboys win. They go to 6-4. Next up, Tampa Bay versus Green Bay in the Battle of the Bays. Green Bay all the way. Next! Carolina against Detroit. Normally I'd say Carolina, but for this particular case, blood is thicker than water, so I'll go with the Lions to win this matchup. My brother-in-law is an avid Lions fanatic. as well as a Tigers fan, Red Wings fan, and Pistons fan, and Wolverines fan, but that's beside the point. Moving on, St. Louis hosting Seattle. Most people are going with St. Louis. I'm going with Seattle. St. Louis may have won 2 of their past 3, but they're not that consistent, in my opinion. But then again, neither is Seattle. Moving on, next up, San Francisco hosting Arizona. Arizona, in my opinion, was just lucky to get out of Philadelphia alive with the W last week. Do I see them coming out of this one this week with a W? Ugh. Oh, hell no. 49ers are going to strike gold in the form of a West Division title this year. None of the other teams are going to catch them at this point in time. We'll be able to catch them. And a win over the Cardinals will ultimately put the nail in the coffin of hopes of anyone catching them. Well, actually, a win and a Seahawk and Cardinals loss over the next couple of weeks will give the 49ers the title. But at this point, win for the 49ers and a loss for either the Seahawks or the Cardinals guarantees San Francisco's going to the playoffs at the least, and at the most, getting the West crown. Next up, Tennessee visiting Atlanta, continuing their NFC South road trip. Carolina was a bit easy to pummel into the ground for Tennessee last week, but Atlanta may give them a different challenge. With that, when you have more of a wider variety of weapons in the likes of Julio Jones, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner, Matt Ryan, I'm going to say that the Falcons win this one. Are going to prevail in this game. Next up, the San Diego Chargers against the Chicago Bears. San Diego has dropped 4 in a row. Phillip Rivers is being completely inconsistent. He has been completely inconsistent. He's not focused. He can't find a good the open man quick enough. There's, by contrast, Kyle Orton. He's been rather decent. Matt Forte's been running circles and plowing through brick walls that are opposing defenses. And Devin Hester is, what else? Being fucking Devin Hester. Run back kicks, getting either long returns and kicks and punts, getting long returns, or adding to his touchdown record when it comes to special teams. I'm not sure how good the special teams are for the Bears, but let's flip to pick the winner. Heads for the Chargers, tails for the Bears. Okay, there's the son of a bitch. Hold on, folks. Feels like tails, and tails it is. So when I flip it to pick it, I'm going to take Chicago to topple San Diego. Next up, Giants hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Vick is now out for the season. If you're the Giants, that's a good thing. You don't want to go up against that kind of speed. The dream team of the Eagles this year has turned into a nightmare. And it's puzzling that this has happened, seeing as how, usually coming off a bye week, the Eagle teams under Andy Reid have done actually fairly well. With the exception of his opening years, of his first few years with the team, almost every time the team since then, the Eagles have either finished around or above 500 and usually have come out the division champions. The only exceptions to this were in 2005, 2008, 7, and 2007 through 2009, when 2 of those 3 division crowns went to the Cowboys, though the latter of those 2 being just barely. In any case, if how bad the Eagles are playing now is a testament to how I think the Giants are going to play, and how close they came again to beating San Francisco after upsetting New England, I say the Giants are going to prevail in this game. Finally, Kansas City hosts visiting New England, no contest. New England hopes to get back on the winning track at home after the humiliating defeat they suffered at the hands of the Giants 2 weeks ago, and the Chiefs are easy pickings to be cannon fodder to take out said aggression. Whatever the case, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace. JTH, what do you got?